This is Reset the Mindset podcast, episode 1.
Live inside out.
All right, so I'm Jeremy Ritchie. Grew up in a shithole in Nowhere, Indiana, same as you.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? I got into hardcore when I was like 13, 14 years old.
Yeah, about the same time.
Yeah, about the same time. And then I said, fuck it, because 2008's recession hit, and I joined the Army, and I was doing that for 13 fucking years until about February this year.
Yeah.
And I got my second, third, twice removed cousin, Matty Short over here.
That's me.
After you, bud. What's your history?
Yeah, Matty Short. Grew up in the same shithole as him. Just had a slightly, shittier trailer. Got into hardcore music around the same time, actually. Same scene, all that jazz. Joined the Army same time. Mine was because I didn't have money for college, and so decided to go that route.
That'll get you.
Did it for 7 years. Got out 2015, and then from there it was just a downward spiral of just going down every wrong path. And then 2 failed marriages and 4 kids later, I got suckered into doing a podcast with you.
Yeah, but you're doing pretty fucking good.
Finished college. Procurement manager for a government contractor and stuff. So yeah, definitely turned the life around.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point. The intent of this podcast is to develop a community for people who are willing to help themselves. Because, you can, the old adage is what? You can take a fucking horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
No, but make that motherfucker thirsty.
True. You can also probably shove its face in the water and drown it. But
yeah. Count the bubbles.
And that's what we're trying to do, folks. We're trying to drown you.
Yeah.
But no, for real, it's to develop a community for fucking people like us that grew up on the short end of the stick.
Wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah.
Nothing handed to them. Everything you learned the hard way, and you came out, better on the other side due to that.
Yeah. Life experience, resiliency.
No degrees, no certs for me on helping you out. Just a lifelong of fucking up and figuring it out my own way.
Trial and error.
Yes.
To the T.
Absolutely.
So the first topic we're going to cover was actually suggested by...
Timeout.
Jesus, you alky.
I was told there's going to be whiskey on this podcast.
Fair. Well, anyway, while I'm doing this, Teeling.
Probably
Irish
not
whiskey.
Sponsored by.
Absolutely not sponsored by, but wouldn't be opposed either. Let's get that shit out of here. So yeah, first topic, living with a micro penis.
That was brought in by one of my buddies, Elliot Parker. Thank you for that recommendation, bro.
Absolutely. So we're gonna cover that first, Elliot.
So glad I named my first kid after him.
We also have How to Manage Your Huge Penis. So very, very good book.
Someone gave that to us. We don't know.
Well, you gave it to me.
I don't know where I even got it.
And now my fucking watch is going off. Like, perfect timing. So, anyway, the real topic of discussion is going to be PMA, which is...
Positive mental
attitude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, buddy. So, that was the song that we started with. I'm going to shut this off real quick. Anyway. Sorry for that. So, yeah. Cheers.
Cheers to the first podcast.
Amen. So, positive mental attitude. So, by definition, it is a philosophy that states having an optimistic disposition in every situation attracts positive changes and increases achievements. Employ a state of mind that aims to seek out, find, and execute strategies to win or find a desirable outcome, regardless of the circumstances, right? So a lot of people think it comes from where? PMA specifically.
Probably just your environment, your inside thoughts.
Yeah, I think a lot of the hardcore kids, though, if they're listening to this podcast, are going to be like, oh, it's fucking bad brains.
Yeah, okay, that too. Yeah, I was thinking more spiritually and in depth. You're thinking more, okay, I got you.
Yeah, you with me?
Yeah, now I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Well, so for everybody that thinks it's because of Bad Brains song attitude, you're wrong. I mean, this shit's been going on in the Eastern world forever, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a practicing Buddhist, and
I'm an American.
and it's like, I don't know, everything's kind of revolved around that. But actually, it was introduced in the Western world by Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich. So, like, even PMA itself is part of growth in the economic world more so than it is in the hardcore community. It's not just like some posi-core bullshit, which
Makes great sing-alongs.
I
Shit
fucking
like that.
hate posi-core. Hardcore's supposed to be negative and pissed off.
Yeah. It's hard to have a PMA when you're in a negative hardcore band.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? The whole
But it
point of
works.
it. But whatever. So, yeah. Now we're just going to kind of go shoot from the fucking hip, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what are, like, pros and cons to it? Like, living with PMA.
So I would say, for me, I was thinking about it, is why not? Why are more people not trying to live their life with this kind of mindset?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's why not? Why wouldn't you not want to have this kind of mindset? Like, it's before I try to maintain, like, you know, a positive mental attitude, I was constantly bogged down by all sorts of negativity, just drama, gossip, and everything that does not help you in life. And just maintaining that PMA has, you know, kind of deflected all of that, and you're no longer worried about that kind of stuff.
True. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of that shit is like high school bullshit that we just never get away from as adults.
As
right?
fucking adults, 33 years old, and I'm still gossiping about what someone else is doing with their life. I'm spending more time about other people's situation than my own.
Yeah. It's like being a Karen. You're just not on the extreme, you know, level as having the bob cut and being
Yeah.
a fucking cunt.
But then if you take out that drama, though, and that's kind of like brings me into my a con, as I've noticed, is when you start focusing on this kind of mindset, people will actually tend to go away from you for the most part because
Yeah.
you are no longer, it's just like what they say in the news, sex, drugs, killing, all that kind of stuff sells. So does gossip and drama. Like, people want to hear the drama before they want to hear your success stories.
Well, not even just that either, right? So, like, I know when I started doing it, right, like really focusing in it, which, was very recent. It
Yeah,
wasn't
same.
like I've been doing it for a long
Yeah.
time.
No, we're not subject matter experts. We are just fucking
Fuck
proud
ups.
endorsers of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, but like when I started fucking doing it, I was, you know, being called a pussy because I couldn't fucking, like, I didn't want to have all the unnecessary confrontations.
All of a sudden you're being in depth and being in like touch with like what you're feeling and kind of just trying to stay positive.
Ooh. Which also kind of turns into the whole like, oh, you're high and mighty kind of fucking
because you
bullshit.
choose the high road because you don't care. It's like you're above this drama and this gossip. It's like, I'm just gonna grown up and
Exactly.
I'm just trying to, like, no matter what we talk about during this gossip or the negativity is going to build me up.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep me in the exact same place or even worse, put me down.
True.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, one thing that I've learned throughout, like, this whole journey with a positive mental attitude is maturity has very little to do with fucking age.
Mm-hmm.
It has so much more to do with experience, resiliency, your attitude towards fucking life. Because there are so many fucking people that just live their life day in, day out, miserable. I hate my fucking job, and there's nothing I can do about it.
They're okay with it, it seems
Absolutely.
like. They wake up because you have a choice every day. Every day you wake up, every day you have a decision. Every day before you go to bed, you have that decision on what you want to be and what you want to do. And they still choose that being negative is just so much easier.
Or just being stuck in that rut.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking miserable about it, and they don't want to do anything to improve their situation.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, people, you can fucking, right now, decide, I don't want to be who the fuck I am anymore.
Light switch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, my boy had a fucking midlife crisis, and he's got a fucking nose ring in now.
That's just how we do.
Hey. I mean, I'm a giant piece of shit. I'm not one to talk.
Oh, just got a little bit of glitter and gold on it. That's about it.
Mm.
When you say like you was getting it, like when you kind of get really in depth into the negativity, it made me think about it. I kind of see the negativity as a trench. So the more negative, you're not really building yourself up. You're just surrounding yourself by all this negative energy. You're actually thinking of yourself in a trench. Every single time you get more in depth into it, or you start gossiping a little bit more, or you start focusing on woe is me, or this didn't happen to me. So every single time you do that, you're digging yourself deeper into a trench. And this trench gets deeper and deeper. So now, when it was ankle deep, now you're waist deep. And every time you do that, you get a different perspective of the world. So you're looking out and you're seeing the world for what it is. We're here in Colorado Springs. We have all the mountains and everything. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. You keep digging yourself more and more deep into this negativity of this trench. Eventually, you're not going to see those mountains, and all you're going to see is you're going to see a trench and nowhere around. It's going to be harder to get out of.
Yeah, you're just going to be living in the fucking dark.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about that is when I was in the Army, when I would talk to my guys, and they would be going through a lot of, like, terrible shit. Like, everybody's got their story. But I would tell them, a stronger man is made from climbing out of the hole that he dug himself in.
Yeah.
Like life throws shit at you left and fucking right. And you fall into the trench, pit, whatever the fuck it is, right? Yeah. But if you never try to get out, and people are putting their fucking hand in, trying to grab you out all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But you're just fucking knocking their hands away.
Yeah, there's no ladder, there's no steps getting out of that trench. You got to scrape and claw your way out and then reach for whatever hands that can. And
yeah.
I was fortunate enough, like you said, like when I had that issue with, my midlife crisis and stuff, I had you and I had a few other buddies that were on the other side of the phone when I was, cross country dealing with everything like that. Yeah. It's like I was deep in that trench, and that trench got deep really quick. And but just as fast as I got in it, I got right back out of it. And when you kind of stand up after looking down, you can see how deep you were in it, and see like what I say is like, the places you don't want to go after you've been there. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like you look back, you're like, I never want to go and see that shit again.
Exactly. And that's kind of why we're doing this podcast, right? Is like, you need a fucking hand. And that's the point. Absolutely. Is like, and we'll share our Instagram tags. I mean, I'm at Buddhist Bravo. You've got at Reset the Mindset. Yep. It's super fucking easy, right?
It's really good.
So name. After this, really good name. Weird. I wonder where we got the name from. But yeah, first episode, whatever, 10th episode. If you guys need anything, and I've always fucking said this, just reach out. You know what I mean? I mean, you reached out to me, and I'm still struggling with demons, and I've been reaching out to you.
Yeah.
And you've been my support channel, and that's what it takes.
Accountability buddies.
Bam.
Bam. Accountability buddies or band of brothers. That is definitely one thing I learned from the beginning is when I got into a relationship, all my friends went aside. This is also going to be part of another podcast later on. Yeah. But, keeping that band of brothers, those friends that, not the ones that you go to watch a football game with, or the ones that you call up to have a couple beers, but the ones that you can actually reach out to and tell them, like, I got demons, I need to fight them, like, I can't do it alone. Those are your band of brothers, not your bar buddies or anything like that. But building that is, I would say, step 2. Step 1 is just saying you want to do, like, you want to change your mindset. Step 2 is of developing that group of friends, whether that group of friends is 1 person, 2, 5, whatever you got.
Well, and that's something, that we need to take account in too, is like, you can have a small group of worthwhile people instead of having like
it's this quality.
Exactly. And you need to have different aspects in the friends that you have, and they need to elevate your fucking life. Like for you and I, we push each other forward, career-wise. I mean, we're in a fucking band together. We're doing this. We find ourselves like, okay, I've reached a point where this is now the new normal. I've been doing so much shit. Now I need to do something else. And it's like, I'm going to do jujitsu. Or my man's playing fucking hockey right now, crushing it. Basically told like, hey, buddy, you need to calm down. You're too good.
He's like, hey, Gretzky, calm the shit down, Mr. Hockey and shit.
You better not take people. The great one's name in vain like that again.
I'm sorry. Not sorry. But having that, like, we have literally discussed, like, when we have our like our little meetups and stuff, we've talked about education, our career, dating, extracurricular activities, all this shit. Nothing is off the table, and you want to push each other. Yeah. And then you also want to check on each other. Like, just the other day, I texted you, and it's just like, hey, I woke up first thing this morning and said, I need to text him, see how he's doing, see what's up.
Yeah.
And just to send you some, some good vibes your way and just, kind of help you out. And we just do that randomly.
Yeah. Or the multiple times you've asked me for like, hey, I need some positive energy this morning.
Oh, yeah. I just like, hey, just send me something positive. I don't care what it is. Like, quote Dr. Seuss to me. But I just want to hear something fucking good come my way.
Horton, here's a Hugh.
Fucking good. Uplifted. Motivated. Hard dick.
6 to midnight, boys. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, the other pro to this that I have really learned, I mean, we tapped on it, right? Like the dating thing and like just the interconnection between people is the more that I have a positive mindset about situations, the better my communication is, right? Like I'm also able to problem solve more rationally, and it has helped me so much at work. It's insane. And
Absolutely.
like the benefits that you see from it are just insane. I mean, I really, like you said, I don't understand why people don't try to practice this like this way.
It's too easy.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. I mean, you are in control of your own happiness. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah. What is that thing they say like how many seconds is there in a freaking day? 60 times 60, that's 3,600 times 24. There was like a shit ton. There's like 84,000 seconds in a day. But someone said, if you have $84,000 in the bank account and someone takes $10 from you, are you going to get mad? No, because you have $84,000 in the bank account. Fuck $10. Okay, if there's 84,000 seconds in a day and someone takes 10 seconds of your day being negative, are you going to be mad? No. Fuck, it's only 10 seconds. Live your life, push through it. You just need to doesn't affect me. I didn't say it. I didn't do it. I'm still going to go on. I'm still going to do the same thing I was going to 10 seconds ago.
Yeah. I mean, my rule is everybody gets one, right? Like, if this is the first time I'm meeting you, like, you can be disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
Because I already know. Yeah, exactly. Well, one, I don't know what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what this mindset kind of creates. It's like you start to sympathize and empathize with other people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're going through. I know I've gone through my shit, so maybe you're going through your shit. So I'm going to let you have this one. Like, perfect example, I started this new job. I'm project manager, and I go out to the Colorado Springs airport. I'm on this fucking job. And the other project manager for the prime contractor, like, gets in my fucking ass. And my associate that's with me is like, bro, I'm going to fucking pop off. I'm like, no. We don't know what's going on. All right? Just chill. If he does it again, we'll light him up. Everybody gets one. I'm like fucking Spider-Man, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, but the second time it happens, it's not like I want to fucking fight him. It's like, hey, you're being fucking disrespectful.
Yeah.
All right? Now I'm bringing it to your attention. You have a choice here. Do you want to keep this going? Because I'll tell you right now, you can come to my fucking gym and we can roll it out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you do jiu-jitsu, but I'm gonna wrap you up. I'm gonna fold you up like laundry, bitch. I swear to God.
I like that.
You can have it.
Okay, thank you. Don't know when I'll ever get to use it. But
well, the time will come.
I'm pretty non-confrontational. Why? Because I got that PMA.
There it is. You know the other thing that does too, and this is another topic I'd like to revisit. Powerful vulnerability.
Okay.
Right? So like, I don't know about you, but since I started practicing like how to do all this shit, I wear everything on my sleeve. Well, when people say like, I'm an open book, bullshit. You've got hidden chapters everywhere. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
And because I don't feel bad about what I went through or how I dealt with it.
Because I'm here because of it.
Exactly.
I always tell people I don't regret any path, any decision I've ever made in my life, because looking back on where I started at, I am just fucking mountains and miles away from that. I'm way past it, and you can't regret any of that. So
no. And
I always tell people the same thing. Like, I have a heart tattooed on my sleeve, and as cliche as it is, I literally wear my heart on my sleeve because like I'm super fucking I'm straight up with everything.
I'd get a heart on my sleeve, but I'm from Fort Campbell, 101st. I can't do that. That's disgraceful.
I was
1st Brigade.
I was a mechanic.
Thank you.
Actually, electrician. So
he had multiple jobs.
Yeah.
He couldn't land it down. That's good.
Non-combat deployment.
You did not have to say that.
I had to get my props in, but gotta get my shit, you know. Also, this podcast is very explicit. We need to, say that there's going to be curse words. We didn't mention that before getting.
I mean, anybody that's going to check out this podcast that knows us should fucking know better.
Yeah, we opened up with a micro penis joke.
Make sure your kids are listening.
Oh yeah, this is actually good for them, especially if they're 8 or younger.
Yeah, shout out to my daughter.
And my brood. My little motley crew I got going on.
Yeah, man. I really don't.
I mean, there's so many different things. Like, I will say this. Less than a year ago, I reached out to you. I had a full-on mental breakdown.
Yeah.
I was contemplating suicide.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I was in the darkest place of my life. I was so scared of everything that was happening because I've only felt that twice in my life, and that was the second time. And when I felt it, I didn't have any support with me. I was almost 3,000 miles away from any friend. And I reached out to you and stuff, and then I started, slowly practicing that and trying to just trying to think positive and trying to, instantly I reached out for help and, reached out to the VA and stuff like that and did all that stuff. But once I got in Colorado, I can't remember which friend it was. It's probably one of the friends that made fun of me for wanting to do this podcast, actually. So if you fucking hear this, you fucking, you know who you are. You dick.
You fucking.
But they said, like, I've never seen you look this happy.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because they said that to me 4 months after I wanted to commit suicide. They said that to me, months after, filing for divorce and, moving cross country from my home, relocating, living in my friend's fucking basement with 3 cents to my name and my bank account. And someone said, that is the happiest I've ever seen you look. And these are people that's known me for like 5-6 years or something like that. And I was like, And it all started because I just started thinking like, I'm going to push all that negativity away. I'm going to focus on, what's in front of me and what I can control. Mm-hmm. And, someone can say something to me. I'm not going to, let that affect me because it has nothing to do with me. And I think that's also where like the name of the podcast came from was, I think I told you, it's like whenever I'd get into like a weird funk, when I was getting all like down or whatever, I would just, when I have a negative thought, I would just kind of close my eyes and just like breathe a couple times and then just keep repeating myself, reset the mindset. Because it was like, to me, like, this isn't how you are hardwired to think. This is not how you're going to think.
Yeah.
Refresh yourself.
Yeah. Refresh
yourself and then start out with a new path.
Look at us. The Febreze brothers, keeping it fresh.
Oh, shit.
But, no, I feel the fuck out of that because, ironically enough, I mean, I had to go down to Fort Benning for school, and, definitely
You're
topped me off.
A little dry.
Well, thank you, sir. For those of you who can't see the video, this kind gentleman just topped me off. But
more ways than one.
Ooh. It took me with a good time. So, yeah, I did the same thing. I haven't openly admitted this because, honestly, anyone that knows me knows that I feel like suicide is like a way out. It's a cheap way out.
Oh, yeah, super cheap. 38 cents, depending on the bullet.
Well, these days, I don't know about that shit. But, for real, I was alone in my fucking hotel room, basically drinking myself to death, and not on good shit either. Like, we're talking E&J, low, plastic bottle, Canadian Mist. But thankfully, and I'm gonna do some shout outs real quick. Thankfully, people started to notice that I was going through some shit, and Ben, one of our good friends, reached out to me. BB, if you're listening, he reached out to me. And a couple others. I mean, I'm not going to list everybody, but it was insane. The people that were coming out of the woodwork that I hadn't talked to in years knew something was up, right? And I just basically bared down there. And then, as soon as I came back from school, on a fucking bird, back to Iraq. Maybe I was in Syria. Maybe.
No.
Another thing I want to shout out is like the other platoon sergeants I had at the time, Dan and Tommy, couldn't ask for fucking better dudes to help me out through this fucking shit. And then one of my squad leaders, fucking Garcia, and then Josh, his big old fucking stupid ass. If I didn't have those guys supporting me at that fucking time, I had no reason not to take fucking 5.56 round and just fucking end it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, saner heads prevailed, and I started working on myself.
Yeah.
Just, I was reading a shit ton. I think I started with The Subtle Art of Giving a Fuck, and that just, like, broke me. I was like, it's not here. I let other people have my books and shit. But then I started with Unfuck Yourself.
Yep.
And I just kept going down the fucking line.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so many books that I read.
Was absolutely phenomenal. John Kim, I used to be a
Angry
miserable
Therapist,
fuck. Yep.
shout out.
That
You're
book I
killing
read in less than 6 hours at the Colorado Springs airport, no stop.
Yeah, still
Just-
ringing
Yeah.
the single on purpose because that's fucking.
Yeah,
I'm
that
rereading
shit
it.
fucking is, oh my god.
Yeah.
If you're single or not, that book, just don't read it in front of your significant other because they will think shit.
Fuck 'em.
Wait, no, I used to be miserable. Fuck. What's the single on purpose? That's the other one.
Yeah, that's over there.
Yeah, don't read that
You
one.
guys
in front
can't
of
see
your-
it,
yeah.
but it's at my table. Yeah, but that's all it takes. It's so easy, and there's so many people that are like, oh, it's so hard to improve my, you know, my way of life or my condition of life, and to have this like positive mindset
All
because
starts there.
it's so easy. You are in control of your fucking brain.
Yeah.
Like, for real, if I start the day off and it's bad because I missed the alarm clock, right? And you know how my morning schedule is, right? I
Yeah.
wake up at fucking 4. I
4:30,
read, I run, I journal, I do all this fucking shit. I do college homework in the morning, and then I finally go to work at 7. So that's 3 hours of me doing shit.
You
know
do
what I mean?
more in that 3 hours than anyone does before they go to bed. Like in their entire fucking day.
Yeah, probably true.
That's what I've been trying to do. 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's for me.
Hey, fuck it.
I'm a sleepy guy.
You know, but I mean, like, you can change your way of thinking so quick. And if I'm having a shit day and I miss it and I have to jump in the shower, I have a shower playlist that's nothing but fucking. And I'll share this. I'll share this on my Instagram.
Please do.
But it's stupid music. You know what I mean? It's like Nappy Roots, Good Day. It's
Don't
stuff
call
you
that
listen to that just
Good
automatically
day. That
you're
is
like
I
dancing
wish
naked in the shower. You know,
Yeah.
dick left to right, left to
I
right,
need to
making
make
that
that
noise.
my alarm.
Actually,
need-
is my alarm for the
I
6
need-
o'clock alarm in case I
That
sleep
needs to
in.
be my 4 o'clock. There's no reason why I shouldn't be waking up at 4 o'clock.
But I guess the other thing too is what we should share is like, how do you start changing your mindset? Like, we say it's easy, right?
Yep.
But how? Like, what are some things that you do when you're fucking in the dumps? Other than what you said, you know, he has like basically a mantra.
Yeah.
That's reset the mindset.
Well, that right there, just find something that. So for me, and like I told you, as I when I reached out to you, I said, dude, I don't know where this came from, but just one day I just closed my eyes and just started repeating, reset the mindset, reset the
Fucking
mindset.
blew my mind too. I was
Yeah,
like, God
and I even
damn,
told him
that's
like
good.
I googled it, can't figure out, I couldn't find anything on Google that said like this is a mantra or blah blah blah, any of that stuff, and I was like, just came from just came from wherever it is inside, and it has absolutely fucking helped me. It's on my mirror in the bathroom and everything. I'm constantly looking at it. Hell, it's even on my Instagram. Hit me up.
Hey.
For me though, what I've noticed is whenever I'm kind of going through these slumps, and I will say this almost on every single podcast we're gonna talk about, I always reach out to my band of brothers, my friends. So for me, focusing on it, I guess I would say is reaching out to my friends. Now, I have friends that do not, like, I would honestly say you would be the only one that is actively, if I say, out of my whole group of friends who is, positive, mental attitude, PMA, it'd be you.
Which is so weird because if anybody knew me
Yeah.
3 years ago,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. But I still reach out to my other friends that are not that, but that still talk to me and kind of help me out and stuff.
Yeah.
Just kind of, they may not be in that same, stage or where they're trying to follow that suit or anything like that, but they still help pull you out of them.
Yeah.
That slump and everything. Like I said, they're that hand that's reaching out while you're in the trench.
Yeah.
But for me, that would be, my number one thing is, just kind of get my breathing under control, say that, or just reach out to my friends and stuff just for some positive re-encouragement, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that.
How about you?
Oh man, dude. So I'm not like you, right? I'm very prideful.
And very independent.
Hyper independent, and that's a whole nother topic.
I'm an emotional basket case. I really am. I always tell people I am so much to handle. You don't want to get involved with me because I'm very emotional.
I love it though.
Yeah.
He is. He's a fucking dramatic bitch, but it's a great dramatic bitch.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
But I don't know. For me, if you're like one of those people that tries to do everything themselves, like I'll move my whole fucking apartment to a house by myself, break my back. You know what I mean? Wow. That's just how I am. And there's reasons for that. And again, we can visit that later. But for me, start off, read a fucking book about it. I mean, some good books to start with. You Are a Badass. Look it up. I don't remember the author. Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. Holy shit.
Amazing calendars. Sorry if I stole that from
Also true.
you.
No, you're good.
Sorry. He gave me that calendar, and it's a daily calendar, rip it off. I have some of those on my bathroom mirror.
I say
a reminder. I take pictures. I post on Instagram. Sometimes I would have randomly, actually, from that calendar, just taken a picture of it, and for some reason, just look through my text, and it's like, I'm going to send it to this person that day, and they're just like, holy fuck, I needed that.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Some days I flip it over, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah, because, that day that me and you were talking, remember, and you were like, and I sent it to you, like, fuck, I'm not at the office, but holy shit, it resonated so hard.
It hit so good.
Yeah.
You should get one. I'm sure they got another year coming up.
2023. If not, get on it.
Oh, like I mentioned before, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck was like my first go-to. Another great one, Aubrey Marcus, Own the Day, down there in the bottom. Great one.
Beast mode.
Oh yeah, Dark Chocolate. Just saying. We're
Dark chocolate.
We're not going there.
On the relationship podcast, we will be talking about dark chocolate
and
Lint,
whiskey,
chocolate and whiskeys. Like
Ladies,
those candles turn on the Marvin Gaye or whatever.
Oh damn!
I get really into it.
The other thing, meditation. I know nowadays Western thought process has gotten really cool on meditation.
Yeah.
Because it fucking works.
Absolutely.
It fucking works so well.
Yeah.
And it don't have to do much. Balance app. If you're looking for apps, Balance.
Absolutely. Free for the first year. $60, I think, after that for an entire year.
Yeah. But it's so worth it. And then you've got there's a mindset timer out there. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch. Headspace. I mean, there's so many of them. And it's so fucking worth it.
Yeah.
The other one, journaling.
Absolutely.
God, you have to fucking journal. Get your fucking mind out on paper. Whether you do it in the morning, at night. I don't like to do it at night because my mind starts to fucking race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You want to do it. I like to do it in the morning too. Like, fresh mind, fresh sheet of paper, everything like that.
Yeah. My creative mind starts working in the morning too. So it's like really easy to make connections and shit like that. I usually do it after reading too, because then I'll read something. I'll be like, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And I'll start writing about it. And it's like, oh, damn. And you don't really need a scheme. You can free write.
Yeah, just let it go.
Like, Matt's pissed off because I fucking have notes and shit that I printed out, and he's got some chicken scratch. For those of you that aren't watching the video, I'm super organized, so my journal is laid out to the fucking T.
My shit is just sporadic. Mine is a Picasso. It's
see,
all over.
We're both fucking doing it. We both have our avenues approach on it. And then I'd agree with you, reaching out and having those discussions with fucking people, dude. It fucking makes it so worth it. And if you're going to have a positive mental mindset, it is crucial, or positive mental attitude, because I know it's PMA, but it's crucial that you get rid of triggers and shit people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to say this, and it's going to piss off a lot of fucking people.
Just look at the camera when you say it then.
But if they're blood, they're your family by blood, and they're shit fucking people, get them out of your life. You get one life to live. Yep. Do not let these fucking people suck the life out of you.
Especially just because
we're related.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're so and so to me, I have to keep you in my life, and you continue to ruin my life. No, you get one chance at this shit.
My mama's lucky she was a lovely lady. She was super positive. I would have cut her ass out.
No, I mean, but for
No,
real,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah. You can't, it doesn't matter if you have a friend of 20 years. If that friend is pulling you down with them, now, sorry, let me take that back. If that is a friend that needs you to help pull them out, but that's a different story. But if they're just one of those people, like, they're not supporting you in what you want to do, then, or they're the person that's just, always giving you guff about everything, or just, they're not there for you.
Yeah.
They're not supporting your mission or what you want to achieve or champion you. Just cut them out.
yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean,
It
some
sucks.
people,
I've done it.
some people charge your batteries.
Yeah.
Some people drain the fuck out
Yeah.
of them, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because
Get them out.
As cliche and as live, laugh, love as it fucking sounds,
Oh,
your
yeah.
vibe attracts your tribe.
Oh yeah, babe.
I've noticed that right there. Like I said, going back to being how positive and best you've looked, since I've known you, yada,
Yeah.
that is another thing. Is like people see that and they see that you're a positive person. They see that whether you're smiling or not, you're still happy on the inside, and people are just generally attracted to that.
Yeah.
Like, whether they realize it or not, they will start to talk to you. I have talked
Dude,
to
so
the most
weird.
random people that I don't even know just because I'm walking and they'll stop and ask me something. Conversation 30 minutes. And just
so
out of nowhere.
fucking true, dude.
Yep.
Like before my last appointment, go to the gym, no one would talk to me.
No one even look
Now,
at you.
Do I get random people coming up to me all the time? I'm also like super goofy. I listen to my music and fucking
And he's also super fucking huge.
nah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Piss yoked.
the other thing, this is like the army in me. Fucking rehearsals, man. Rehearsals, rehearsals, rehearsals. And what I mean by that is practice it.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're, it's like when you're going through some terrible fucking shit. Like, I think I lost 3 dudes over the past 3 years. So one a year. Terrible, right? Like, it happens. It was all suicide, which fucking kills me. I've got a tattoo on my leg about every one of them. May they rest in power anyway. But when terrible shit like that happens, you have to look for the opportunity in it.
Yeah.
That's what being positive about the situation is.
Yeah.
Like,
Glass half full, not empty.
exactly.
Yep.
You know that a lot of people are going through some shit, and you need to be that person. And it's crazy, and I don't want to make it sound like you're doing it to, I don't know, boost yourself up and get more fucking attention, but you need to be the light for these other fucking
Absolutely.
people in these situations, man.
Yep. And it doesn't, and that's another thing. Just because you're going through something, and I'm going to give you a perfect example. Just because you're going through something doesn't mean that your light's not, there to help other people. In a sense.
Yeah.
When I was driving back from Florida, I had a U-Haul full of stuff. I had my dog with me. I'm driving back from Florida. A buddy that I was stationed with in Korea, I haven't talked to him in years. He calls me. I'm like, I think I'm just getting into Texas out of Louisiana. He calls me, and I'm just like, oh, it must be an accident because I haven't talked to this dude in years. I went on doing my thing, and then something told me, like, hey, you need to hit him back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I call him back, and he said, hey, Maddie, like, I don't know what it was. He says, but something's telling me I need to call you. And this dude is, as soon as he got a divorce, he started dating. He didn't take any time for himself. He feeds everybody else's life and their battery.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm wanting to kill myself. And he goes, before I did it, he goes, I wanted to talk. Something just told me to call you. And so me and him, we were on the phone for 3 hours. I made it from the Louisiana border, I think almost to Amarillo or Wichita Falls in Texas. Finally, before we cut off the line, and basically, he was kind of going through that mindset where, he just felt like he had nothing left.
Yeah.
And we just talked it up, and now the dude just went on a 2-week vacation in I think Japan somewhere.
Fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah, he just I talked to him. I told him, I was like, hey, you have nothing going on. It's like, just buy you a ticket, go live your life, go do your thing. Now, the dude's doing great and stuff, but what I'm trying to get at is, I was going through a really dark period, and me and him were both doing the same thing. He was moving from one side of the country back to Florida. I was leaving Florida, going to the other side of the country. both going through a hard time. We both helped each other out. You know, iron sharpens iron kind of word.
Yeah.
And so just because you're going through something doesn't mean that you're still not a light for other people.
Exactly.
If anything, you're more of a light because, like, you firsthand, this whole podcast is going through, you know,
experience.
Experience.
You've been through this shit.
Yeah, and he said one thing that stuck out to me. He goes, I just don't know what my purpose is. I said, you may not know your purpose. I was like, I'll give you a purpose right now. He goes, do you think that there's anyone else in your group of friends or someone that you may meet in the next 5 years that's going to go through the situation you're in? And he goes, no, more likely I will find, I'll run into someone. I said, exactly. That's your purpose. You're going to run into them and you're going to tell them what I'm telling you today, and you're going to help them get out of, you know, this trench that they're in.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you can't hang your hat on anything else in your life right now, just know that that is your purpose, is you're going to help at least one more person out.
That's legit, man.
Yeah.
It's so weird, too, because, like, safety briefs in the Army, right? You know, my one thing I always said, and I know if you're listening and you were in my platoon or squad ever, you already fucking know and you're saying it. Call somebody. Fucking call somebody.
Yep.
Because that's the biggest problem we have, right? As men, especially. We're prideful.
Yes.
Super fucking prideful. When
we're supposed to be warriors.
I am
supposed to be, especially in the military.
Worst.
Supposed to be warriors. Supposed to be strong. All that stuff.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to show the weakness.
But
weakness, as they say. You
yeah,
know,
but going back to it, powerful vulnerability.
Absolutely.
Wear the shit on your fucking sleeve. Talk to whoever the fuck you need to talk to. Get it the fuck out. This is another thing that we can touch on later, but this whole PTSD shit, we've all got our fucking demons. I'm not taking that away from anybody. But what I have learned is a lot of people that have problems coping with that shit feel like they have to hold it inside and they can't just tell any random person about it because they have to tell somebody that's gone through the same fucking thing or they won't understand. It's not about the other person.
Yeah.
Dude, it's about you. Yeah. Get it the fuck out so you're used to talking about it.
No one needs to be able
and
to
then
relate
it's
to
not
it.
that big of a fucking deal.
Yeah. Make it a norm. Make it something that you can approach.
Exactly.
Yep.
It was shit what you fucking went through. Let the world know it was fucking shit.
But the rest of your life is not shit.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But you can, you know.
But that goes with everything.
That shit off.
You can be, you know, brought up from a, you know, broken home. You could have, you know, sexual abuse past. It is something that was your past. You can push through it, you know, get it out, and just build off of it, and just, you know, that is no longer you. That's not your mindset. Just keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still alive today, everything that you've gone through, you have survived.
Fucking yeah.
So think
you're
about
still
it that
breathing.
way. Exactly.
I always say, someone always messaged me. They're like, "How you doing today?" I was like, "Well, I'm on the right side of the grass."
Oh man, I used to have a mechanic, and shout out to Cedar. I'm still 6 feet above ground. You know, he used to always say that shit to me. It's like, "What's up, Cedar?" I'm still 6 feet above ground.
Absolutely. So right there it is.
Yeah,
you have no reason not to.
Yeah, dude. It's super fucking easy, and the benefits. I mean,
hell,
we mentioned a shit ton of them in the pros.
Yeah, I'll even say this one. I used to work, you know, 10, 12-hour days sitting at a computer. So going from being a mechanic in the Army, a welder and stuff in civilian life before my career now, I used to just go to bed just completely drained and feel unproductive. Now when I go to bed, I'm feeling productive because I can look back and see everything I did, but I'm also just like, I'm drained like in a good way because I just want to go to sleep, not just where I'm just like, my battery is empty. If that makes sense, like.
Well, I'll say this. Since I started doing this whole thing, I used to have insane insomnia from, you know, the military shit. But now, my mind is able to just shut off at night. Yeah. No, not every night. Yeah. I mean, there's sometimes the insomnia kicks back up because it is a traumatic bullshit.
As close to perfect as we are. We are not perfect.
Not at all. But, you know, it does fucking help. The big thing for me for benefits, you learn how to create your own happiness. And I know I've said that a couple times now, but you figure out who you are again. Like there's the I, right?
Yeah.
The person that I am to the core, and then there's like the me, which is the person that I've been told to be.
Yep.
You find yourself again, right? You start living your life and not the one you were told to live.
Yeah.
So the real smiles come back. Yeah. The real laughs come back. The real understanding, the real love. I mean, damn it, dude. Like, better life, better fucking, like, all the shit. I know anybody that slept with me, I'm so sorry to disappoint you, but I got
Best
mine.
30 seconds, bro. Yeah, I got mine. I got mine. I would honestly say, like, I told someone the other. Hang on a second. Bad luck to cheers and not drink afterwards.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
I told someone the other day, it's like, I've never felt more comfortable in my own skin. 33 years old.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely. Like, I'm, like, something about it, like, I don't care what I put on. I don't care what I listen to. That goes out to someone tonight. Yeah, I'm always, you know, no matter what I'm listening, no matter what activity I'm doing, I just feel completely I feel right. Everything's, you know, just kind of going into place where it should be and, you know, what it should be.
Yeah, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm living my life.
All by your own terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just doing whatever it is you want to do.
I am.
See, yeah, you create your own schedule, your own standards, you uphold yourself to it.
Ooh, another thing, too.
Yeah.
Positive mental attitude creates higher standards. I'm
learning German. I'm fucking learning German.
And I'm learning Spanish because of it.
See.
Yeah. I was doing jiu-jitsu. I had to stop for a little bit, but I'm about to get back into it. Yeah. Again, another degree down the road. Like I said, like we get to this point where we're like, okay, I need to add another thing. And
yeah, because
like,
you've got to accomplish it. Yeah.
Like the other people, they're like, how do you manage to do this? So I was like, I get used to it, and then I tack on to it. Because
if I can do that, then why can't I do more?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I know how you are.
Yeah.
Your fucking calendar marked out every second of the day. I am not that bad, but
I have to.
My shit is lined out. In the morning, I'm doing like 5 things before work. When I'm at work, I fucking kill it. And then when I'm off work, I go to the fucking gym. Yep. Right? I come home and it's either super dad, right? Yeah. Or I'm just fucking doing whatever the hell I want to do. Mountain biking. And I used to post all my shit on my Instagram so everybody could like see how happy I was.
Because it didn't happen unless
But now I just don't care. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'll do a 14er and I have no pictures on Instagram.
You did it. You know about it. That's all that matters.
It's up here. Marked off. It's my fucking thingy.
Yeah.
For those of you who can't see this, I have a poster that is like a scratch off fucking lottery ticket for all the 14ers that I've done. Because I love doing it.
I don't. I just fish because I don't have to hike as much.
Hey. But yeah, man. I mean, that's the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Positive mental attitude.
It literally all starts right here.
And it takes nothing.
No effort. You don't have literally you don't have to buy a book. You don't have to buy a new outfit. You don't have to change anything.
You just have to listen to this podcast.
Listen to this podcast, grow a beard, and get a nose piercing. He's getting his.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
no, for real. I mean, it's super easy. It starts with you. You don't need a fucking thing other than you need to look yourself in the fucking mirror.
And accept everything and put it all out, I think.
Yeah, just fucking be honest with yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can literally right now decide, I'm not going to do this anymore. And for all those people that are like, well, I'm in a fucking shit job and I can't get out of it.
Cool.
Look, okay, maybe you can't get out of it in a minute, but you can get out of it in 2 years. So start fucking planning now.
Go back to fucking school.
Go back to school.
Revamp your resume.
Do something that's going to improve you. What are you doing? You're scrolling on Instagram. You're liking shit on fucking Facebook.
Why
you're
do you
watching.
Need what makes you deserve a better job?
TV anymore. I don't really.
Deadliest
watch
Catch,
TV,
huh?
TV. I mean,
Trailer Park Boys?
Jeffrey Dahmer was fucking legit, but that's about all I do is watch Netflix stuff.
But what makes you, deserving of, all these big goals and stuff? You need to, make yourself that way.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna just fucking
and it all starts.
Hey,
right here again.
Look, if you want to live a mediocre life, sure, that's fine. But
so be it. We need those people in the world.
We do.
Yep.
I'm not saying we don't. And if you're happy with that, that's all the fuck I give a fuck about.
As long as you're happy.
If you love flipping fucking burgers at Burger King,
do it.
Bruh, kill it.
Yeah.
But if you're not happy with that, do something about it. Don't just sit there and bitch your life away.
Don't expect the world to fucking do it for you.
Look, I'm going to say some shit that's going to be real hurtful. But if you got a religion and you think there's an afterlife and you're banking on the afterlife to be everything special,
your saving grace,
you are wasting your goddamn life. You're wasting it. You don't know if you're getting that. No one's really proven that we have that.
Yeah.
What we do know is that you have life. And look, the only thing between birth and death is life.
Yep.
You get one fucking shot at this. So you're going to
One life,
waste
one
it.
chance.
You're going to waste it fucking being a negative piece of shit. Grow up.
Yep.
Grow up.
Life's way too fucking short for that, and it's too. It's a
Is
coward.
Is it Matt Short?
Oh,
Ooh.
oh man. Oh, man.
If anybody doesn't know, that's his last name.
That is my last name.
Yeah. Now you can stalk him for real.
Yep. Yeah. I think this is pretty good for a first one.
I'd say so too. I don't really
know what the
know how I
timer's
want to
at.
leave everybody yet. I don't really give a fuck what
How
the
do you
time's
sign
at.
off on this?
How do I sign off? I click a button.
We gotta have something catchy.
Something catchy?
Some pizzazz.
Ooh.
7 different times of smoke.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, that's my cue.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, if you're listening to this, if we actually post it,
Which we don't know how we're gonna post it yet, but it might be on Instagram, might be on a YouTube channel, might just be.
might be able to get it on Spotify.
don't
That's
know.
kind of my intent.
Yeah, I think we have to work out some music rights with the intro. and
We
our
can do Distro
explicit.
Kid, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we'll figure a way to.
the
get
intro
to you.
song was Bad Brains Attitude. For anybody that doesn't know,
I
if
didn't
they
write
want
it, and he
royalties,
didn't either.
I'll give you money. I don't give a fuck.
He will.
Yeah, I got enough. We both do. Quit playing. But yeah, no. Reset the mindset. Live inside out.
Absolutely.
Whoever the fuck you are on the inside, the world deserves that person.
Yep.
Don't hide it from anybody. Yeah. Follow us. I'm at Buddhist Bravo.
I'm at Reset the Mindset.
That's really hard.
Reset the Mindset with 2 T's. Yeah,
Are you sure?
I think so. I need to
look
change that now.
Super confused. But yeah, hit us up.
Yep.
Let's see what the next topic's gonna be, and hey, we're open to constructive criticism. So
Yep.
hit us up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one.